Rajendra, I'm also known as Bhima. I've been instructing at Vigraf for the past 6 years now, and we are partnered with Royal Enfield for the Bear School, which is an adventure academy. So today's agenda will be learning how to ride an off-road motorcycle or an adventure motorcycle by understanding the foundation. Meaning, when I say foundation, basics needs to be right when we are riding a motorcycle. Like how you learn to ride a motorcycle was a basic. Now today is introduction to you all to the off-road segment or an adventure segment, so that you understand and unlearn your road riding techniques to learn new sort of techniques to off-road riding. Alright. So first, I'll just let you know what you can expect for today's session is understanding body posture, how to sit in corner, how to stand and ride, how to stand and make turns, and how to make tight turns by doing slalom drills like going around the course that we have laid out. And post which we will get to experience the track that we have curated. Alright. The very most important thing that we have to focus on is the basic, meaning the body posture. Okay, when I say body posture, it starts from bottom up, which is your how you hold on to the motorcycle, how you position your foot on the motorcycle, how you allow yourself to sit on the motorcycle, or how you position your elbow, how you operate your levers, and how you visualize the terrain. So these are the foundation that we have to, learn and unlearn certain things from your road riding background. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just demonstrate the same on the motorcycle so that you get to understand what I'm trying to convey. Okay? Am I audible? Yeah. The regular riding position is somewhere like this. Like drop down elbows, relaxed, hunched back, our foot pointing out and being on the heel, right? But in off-road conditions, what we have to understand is we have to be in an active position. When I say active position, the position changes, like how you place your foot. Why? Because when we are riding on the heel, it doesn't absorb any impact, right? Now try and jump while sitting on the chair. You're not jumping. Okay, good. Okay, good. So how much energy are you dispersing?
Yes.
Like you're and then coming down, right? Now I want you all to stand up. Okay? Now stay on your heel. How
Heel.
balanced are you? Heel.
Not at all.
Not at all. Now try to jump. Oh. No. Energy disbursement is much more, right? Now try and get on the ball of the feet. Ball of the feet like this. Ball.
Toes.
No, ball. Ball is this part.
Oh,
This
okay.
part.
Yeah. Got it.
Now try and jump.
Easy.
Less disbursement
Yeah.
and less amount of energy consumed.
Yes.
Right? So now, if you are running, if you are cycling, if you are playing any sort of sport, most of our energy disbursement is from the ball of the feet, right? Then why are we riding on the right? So now that makes sense why we have to ride on the ball of the feet. First position that we have to focus is placing our foot position in the correct manner, which is on the ball of the feet, which also helps you to absorb the impact. When we move or when we hit some undulated spots, what happens is you are getting the absorption from the terrain and the bike, right? It needs to be absorbed. When it needs to be absorbed, it has to be in a certain position, that is your ball of the feet. First. Second is how you grip the motorcycle or squeeze the motorcycle. Generally, when we talk about gripping the motorcycle, we tend to grip here, like over a period of time, your hand starts hurting, your palm starts paining. Right? Its sole reason is we are trying to grip the motorcycle from the upper half of the body, which is not good. Why we not have to use our upper body is, where is our weight located on the motorcycle? Where is our weight located on the motorcycle? Right? That should be our gripping, meaning our lower half of the body should be our gripping points. Okay? Upper half of the body is just to guide the motorcycle. Your handlebar is just the guide, not the grip. Okay, makes sense? Now when I talk about gripping, your primary anchor point should always be your inner ankle. Meaning, you see this frame, they have designed in such a way that you have to grip the motorcycle, right? And the other side also inner ankle, and your foot shouldn't be pointing outward, right? The moment you point your foot out, can you see how I'm gripping but not enough amount of it, right? Always try and point the foot inward, and it's also because of the safety reason. Let's say when you go out on the tail riding, you hit something. The chances of your leg coming out is much more, right? Rather you keep it inward so that you just brush through. Right? Makes sense? Now gripping, primary anchor point is your inner ankle. Secondary would be your knee and your inner thigh. Right? Now the gripping is sorted. Now when I grip the motorcycle, what happens is I am trying to make the movement. Meaning I am making the bike move along with my movement. Right? Generally what happens when we ride the motorcycle like this, there is a lot of gap in between us and our motorcycle. What happens when we accelerate or trying to make a sudden turn? The bike bobbles and unsettles, and bike is trying to make the movement and you are compensating to move with the bike. That shouldn't be the case. You have to make the movement, meaning you have to be prepared, mentally prepared that okay, these are the points. Make a mental checklist of being on the ball of the feet, gripping the motorcycle from your inner ankle towards your knee and your inner thigh. Okay, half of the problem is solved. That is lower half of the body. Now when it comes to upper half of the body, what we have to focus is how we position ourselves. The moment we sit on the motorcycle, we generally sit at the far end of the seat where we have a lot of space. Our hips are relaxed. Not good. Did you see the moment I changed the position, where did the weight go?
Back.
And how is my arms looking? Stretched out. Is it easier to maneuver the bike?
No.
It's definitely, but the more closer you are to your handlebar, it's easier, much more easier to steer the motorcycle. Okay, meaning you have to ensure that your reference point would be your hip aligning your foot. That is your seated position. See, my hip is aligned towards my foot. Now, see, I am much more relaxed. Okay, and when we talk about our lower back, do not keep it hunched or do not keep it completely locked. Why? Because the range of motion is locked in. The range of motion is locked in. You don't have in between anything, right? So we have to keep the body posture in a neutral position where we can go, come back. Because we are trying to absorb the impact. If you are here, your impact is directly on your spine, right? So try and be in the neutral position so that you can move accordingly when the bike moves at the same time. Make sense? Now coming to our upper half of the body, our elbow position matters a lot. Why? Because when I drop my elbows down and ride, what happens is there is a restriction to my turning or range of movement that I have. Why? Because we are used to it, and also if you have realized, it's difficult to make U-turns like this. Have you struggled making U-turns like this? Why? Because of the position. Why? There is no range of movement. That's why we have to get our elbows up, so it allows us to have more range of movement. And also when we move on the motorcycle, it's absorbing the impact throughout your arms, not just when we move in this position. What happens? It is solely taking the impact, meaning this is why it starts hurting, or this is why you get fatigued, right? So try and share the load. It will take time. All of these activities are muscle memory building. You will learn this over a period of time, not just today or tomorrow. You'll have to practice again and again and again in order to get this position. You will get used to it when we are riding. Okay? So try and focus on getting your elbows up. Alright? So it allows you to move freely and you absorb the impact. Now see, if I'm here and then I'm trying to move into the seat, because my position is wrong, I have to be in the right position in order to take the absorption or the impact when I'm moving at the seat. Right? All of these activities are muscle memory building activities. To give you guys an example, I'm going to quickly, give an example which I always do is when you go to the gym on the day one, how's your body feeling?
Aching.
Well, you become like a duck. Right? Towards your 1 month of progression, how do you feel? Your muscles are used to it. Your trainer would have suggested to lift probably 2.5 kilos, 5 kilos, and probably tell you to do push-ups. Yeah? If I tell you to do push-ups on the day one, what will happen? nothing is going to work out. It comes over a period of time. Riding is also the same. It will come over a period of time. Don't get disheartened that you didn't get it today. It's okay. The best way to practice this, if you are commuting to your office or if you are commuting to get your groceries, try and be in this position so that you build the muscle. Easiest way to do it. That's how I built my muscle. Commuting to my workplace or commuting to wherever I go to meet friends, that's how I built it. Because track accessibility is very less to everyone, right? The best possible way is while you're commuting or while
हिमालयन ट्रेल स्कूल. आता थोडंसं थिअरीचा आपण अभ्यास केला, आता प्रॅक्टिकल आहे. आणि बेसिकली पोशन असा, पाय असा पाहिजे आणि हे ग्रिप. एल्बोज जे आहेत ना, एल्बोज टाईट नाही ठेवायचे, एल्बोज थोडेसे असे क्रॉस ठेवायचे. आता जस्ट राऊंड मारणार आपण. गाडी आपण स्टार्ट केली आहे, एकदम स्मूथ आहे ड्रायव्हिंग. राईट हँड टर्निंग आपली संपलेली आहे. आता लेफ्ट हँड सर्कलिंग चालू आहे आपलं. बॉडी पॉश्चर खूप महत्वाचं असतं त्याच्यामध्ये. लेग प्लेसमेंट, एल्बो प्लेसमेंट आणि आपले बोटांची प्लेसमेंट. पूर्ण चारही बोटं वापरायची नसतात. एक अंगठा आणि पहिलं बोट, मधलं बोट, असे या तीनच. हीच पोझिशन, ही पोझिशन. हे थाईज जे आहेत ना, हे टँकला चिटकून असायला पाहिजे. म्हणजे बाईकची बॉडी आणि आपली बॉडी वन सिंक मध्ये असायला पाहिजे.
How about others?
I use my core more.
Yeah, using your core is definitely a good option. Rest.
The moving on, like managing the bike was easier because.
Okay. And also, did it make a difference while you were on the ball of the feet?
Yes.
What
Very
was
much.
the difference?
Very much.
In the connection with the bike.
Yeah.
In connection with the
Connection.
bike, you're able to understand how the bike is moving.
Yes.
Because you are one with the bike. You're not away from the bike. The moment you go away from the bike,
And the confidence is also increased.
it will come over a period of time. Like I said, it's not just today or tomorrow. It's the consistent effort that you will be putting in and out is what gonna make the foundation strong. Otherwise, it's very difficult. But anyway, so try and what I also noticed, try and be consistent on being on the ball of the feet. You don't have to be overlapping yourself on the brake or the gear lever. What happened to you was you made a false neutral. Why? Because your foot was under the gear lever. If you were on the ball of the feet, you would have just made it. So try and be on the ball of the feet, gripping the motorcycle. Try and elbows were okay. Sometimes it was dropping down. It's because of the heat and everything, I understand. But try and get it up so that you will at least try and building the muscle memory, or you are trying to tell yourself that, oh, I have to correct myself. Apart from that vision, try and look up. I still see the chin being down and then looking like this. I want the chin to be up and then look around like this. Yes, you have something to say.
This one is the big.
A lot of factors that will they are riding off-road or adventure, you've seen most of them standing and riding, right? Why? Why is that? Any idea?
It won't hit the hip more like when you're sitting.
When you're sitting, the impact is
Yeah,
absorbed by your upper of the body. One, good. Next. What?
More points to balance or the weight.
It
Yeah, balance.
also helps you to balance very easily when you're standing. Good.
Center of gravity.
Center of gravity, yes, that is what
Shifting it to.
Yeah, it differs. It wouldn't remain the same, but it differs. But yeah, it's also about the center of
You
gravity.
can go on height.
One is it definitely helps you to absorb the impact. Second, it also helps you to steer the motorcycle in a better manner. Third, it allows you to balance or distribute the weight in a better manner when you're standing. And also it allows you to have more visibility, visual aspect. But now when I stand, what happens?
Everything comes in one line.
Oh, everything comes in one line, right? My primary anchor point is the same. My secondaries become the inner calf muscle,
Calf.
and the
Knee.
third one is my knee towards the seat. Okay, and we also need to focus when we are standing and riding. We need to be in the certain position. Meaning, when you stand up and look down, your knees shouldn't be ahead of your toes. If your knees are ahead of your toes and if your toes are not visible, that means you are in the
Wrong position.
incorrect position. Okay, and if you are completely straightened out and like this, am I absorbing any impact? Because my spine is very stiff. My hands are like very stiff. See, when you absorb, it is only causing me pain, right? So again, we have to carry certain position. The position will look. You have to use your core to go low so that your chest is above the handlebar, like vertical, and your chin is around the handlebar, and your elbows again remain up. So that when I move, can you see the movement that I'm doing? It is acting as a suspension, meaning this is the right position. Never ride like this, never here. Okay. The moment I let go of the grip, you see, I'm not able to, because it's not the right contact point to the motorcycle, right? And also if I let go of the grip and I try to stand, what is happening? I'm very unbalanced. The key here is to grip the motorcycle and be in the right position. That is ball of the feet, inner ankle, your knee, your hip will protrude out, point out, so that your chin is vertical towards your handlebar, your chin above the handlebar or around the handlebar, and your elbows are out so that you can absorb the impact. Okay. Now, when I'm sitting down, if I sit as it is, where am I sitting?
Way back.
Way back. Why? What did I? So now I'm standing. I'm transitioned to sitting. Now where did I sit? Wrong position.
Incorrect
Why?
position.
Yeah, incorrect.
Your knees will move. Elbows.
Should be in front.
Elbows.
Knees.
Exactly. The right answer is my knee didn't move anywhere. Meaning my knee was stationary, and that's why it didn't allow me to move anywhere.
Siddesh
But
and team.
sitting at the back.
Siddesh and team.
Always try and use your knee in
Raju.
order to sit down. While you are
Raju.
using the knee to sit down, if you are in the wrong position,
Neoji
what is
and
happening?
team. Neoji.
Leg will go down.
Not leg will go down, leg will press the brake.
So,
Now you see the importance of
Kushal-
riding on the
Kushal
ball of the
and
feet.
Gautam Prasad.
And again, if it's the same here, what will happen?
Here.
Down.
Jacob Alexander
If you are in
Matthews.
first gear, it is fine. Okay? But if you are riding somewhere, if you are in the higher gears, what will happen? Sudden jerk. Right? So try and keep checking yourself. Like very quick check. Okay? This allows you to correct yourself, like minor position change. Got it? Use your knee to sit down. So that you will sit in the neutral position. Very good? Shall we try respective motorcycles on your respective motorcycles so that I can make the changes if there are any?
ओके आता जी ट्रेनिंग झाली ना ती झाली स्टँडिंग पोझिशन किंवा सॅडलिंग. जेव्हा बाईकवर आपण सॅडलिंग करतो तर ती पोझिशन कशा असायला पाहिजे, करेक्ट पोश्चर, चला आता आपण ट्राय करू आपल्या बाईकला. Yeah. Yeah.
Grab in the position that you were in the first.
Yeah.
Now look down. Here. Foot with foot.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. Now where
Here.
Yes.
Okay.
Down.
Mm.
Down.
Mm. Back. With the knees. Okay.